Welcome everyone. Welcome to Internet Site, the podcast where we, the interns at IrRADIARE, take you behind the scenes of our projects, webinar and events. I'm Giorgio.
And I'm Chiara. Welcome, everyone.
Yes, and my name is Berk.
Perfect. So let's dive into today's topics. Please, Chiara, start.
Yes, first up, let's talk about some of the projects you've been involved in, Berk. Can you share someone you've been working on or worked recently?
Yes, absolutely. Let me think. Actually, this week we have been starting on a new project. We have still been thinking about the name, but for now we are calling it For You Ukraine. No, wait, For You Capable. And the four is just like a letter four, and the U stands for Ukraine, and capable is hinting at the capacity building, because this project is about capacity building for local governments eventually in Ukraine. We are doing it under the project called Capacity Building for VET, which stands for Vocational Education and Training, and then in the neighborhood East, which is for third countries like Ukraine. And yes, we are mainly going to try to improve the capacity building in these VET organizations in Ukraine, so we can eventually improve the capacity building of local governments in Ukraine.
Okay, great. And can I ask you, how long have you been working on that?
This project has been the idea of the project has been in the loop for about a month. It's a project entirely devised by us in the office of Brussels here, and it has been intermittently we have been working on it, because we have to have a lot of approved messages from the main chairman, Marcus, of course. So after 2 weeks of a pause, we are now continuing the work again, and yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Well, how does this project align with current company trends or address specific challenges?
Thank you. That's a good question. The project aligns well with what IrRADIARE stands for. Or as I take with company, you mean IrRADIARE, of course.
Yes.
Because this project For You Capable aims to develop a sustainable learning program for the VET organizations in Ukraine. It is our current plan to develop digital, also along that's also one of the priorities, a digital online platform where we can share this learning program with the regions of Ukraine, and through this digital platform where we will share this learning program, we can yes, improve this capacity building for these regions. And the sustainable part comes in because we will do a very blended version where we do theoretical and practical online and in-person teaching, and most of this will be recorded, so we can repeat the lessons that are being taught to these regions.
Okay, perfect answer. So, can I also ask you, like in a more concrete way, how are you adding value to this project? Meaning, how did you support this project? Which were your practical tasks?
Yes, good question. My personal input varies a lot for each project. Mostly, it is as straightforward as my supervisor, Alexander. He asked me. Well, he doesn't ask me. He basically, yeah, he gives me the task of what I should do in the support of the project. I mainly support him, so whatever he tasks me, I do. He this time asked me to devise a project summary for this project, and
Okay.
even before that, he asked me to find the right call for this project, because, like I said before, the project has been in the loop for about a month, this idea, but we needed the right call for this project. And I think on the 5th of December, a lot of calls were published by Erasmus Plus.
Oh.
And after carefully considering about 20 calls, by reading through all the documentation and guidelines, I have narrowed it down to one call, and that's for the one we're currently working on. So it's my supportive task is mainly going through the large documents and narrowing it down. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So the
Okay.
the main. Okay. Go, Chiara.
Which are or were your difficulties
In-
in dealing with this project, if you had any? And also, how did you overpass them?
Yes, so I think this bridges nicely, like what I previously said. The large
Exactly.
documents, I think, are the most difficult part for me. I believe the Erasmus guide is 441 pages. So if you calculate, I think for me that would take about a day to read. No, that's not what I've been doing, of course. But yes, the reading large documents parts is definitely the most difficult because also my eyes don't like staring at close objects for too long. But I guess taking intermittent breaks, looking outside to rest my eyes, and then getting back to
Nice.
work is how I yeah have like as a solution for now. That's how I get past my difficulties, I guess.
Okay, yeah, I can imagine how difficult must be to like read all of these pages like all in once, and then like how to manage really quickly even with deadlines, because I think like you were facing like hard deadlines, strictly deadlines, no, or no?
That's not sorry. Can you repeat what you said?
Strict deadlines. Were you facing like strict deadlines
Yes.
or?
I mean, I got an email from the chairman Marcus, and he in one email he said in the last sentence in three ways you have to hurry up, be urgent, and get it done as quickly as possible. So yes, there are a lot of deadlines, even though they're more abstract. I just have the current, like the ever repeating message in my head. I have to be as fast as I can, and yeah, because the deadline for this proposal under this call for the proposal for our project under this call is, I believe, the 27th of February, which is already like 2 months. It's only 2 months away, so it's pretty close.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Okay. So we want to ask you your opinion. So what kind of potential impact could this project have on our clients or the company at large?
Wow. So I have to look in the future here. Uh,
Mm.
I mean, as a direct value, for our clients, which would be the well, for this project, it would be the VET organizations. The direct value would be for them that they have capacity building by because the main idea is that we are going to gather European organizations and they share their best practices, their knowledge of the best practices in government structures and administrative capacity and how you can improve your local government structures, I guess. And we will collect this and then share this with neighborhoods east countries like Ukraine. And I think after this project is done, we have like a concrete syllabus and online platform made for, well, this is then directed at Ukraine local governments, but then eventually you can also um, further expand this to other countries in neighborhood east regions like Armenia, Georgia. Those countries are also eligible under this. And I guess for the company itself, yeah, IrRADIARE, I believe this project is a new branch we are exploring. And I think if we ground ourselves in this area, we have more capabilities for future similar projects in this context area.
Nice. You seem really well prepared, Berk. So, last question before passing to the next segment, to the next topic. Can you share with us and with the audience, like, the most interesting or meaningful learning that you uh, learned in this with this project, like a kind of knowledge or soft or hard skill, whatever.
Mm, let me think. Okay, so something that was most meaningful to me about this
Mm-hmm.
project. I mean, I was thinking about this the other day. To me, the most meaningful is, well, if you think about it, to me, I'm looking at a screen, working on a project, and I'm writing. It doesn't feel like I'm contributing much to any specific regions or whatsoever. But I mean, our target clients in Ukraine are regions that are heavily being affected by war. So if I think about this value that this project could bring, I definitely feel that that holds the most meaning. That the positive impact that this project could do if it goes successfully.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Yeah. So now we can move to the third segment. So regarding the events, should I ask, Chiara? Can I ask?
Yeah.
So, Berk, after talking about projects, we wanted to know and to share with the audience which kind of events have you been participating or you've been involved in organizing or just attending lately? Can you share with us one?
Yes, I guess if we talk lately, well, I've had two big events in my time here as an intern. In
Okay, not
October,
maybe not just lately, or maybe the most interesting for you, the most impactful for you. I don't know. Your choice.
I guess the most impactful one for me would be the European Week of Regions and Cities. It was from the 7th to the 10th of October, about 2 months ago. And
Why?
this, well, sorry?
Why was
Oh,
like mentioned as most impactful? I don't know if
yes. Well, I guess as a because it was on 10th of October, my internship started on the 16th of September. It was quite early into my internship, and I never had attended any similar events ever in my life. So this European Week of Regions was basically like partially also organized by IrRADIARE. It was very special to me because I've never attended such events, and uh, I had a lot of tasks in preparation as well. Because on the first day we invited Portuguese representatives to the Portuguese embassy where we would give a presentation, and I was not in charge, but I was mostly responsible for the catering and making sure everyone was pleased there. So it was like a big role, but I had like a logistics role. And then that was like the introduction day. But then after that, I actually got to attend the whole Week of Regions and Cities event. I got the freedom to attend a lot of presentations about a lot of interesting topics, which um, which taught me a lot of valuable lessons. And it was very, um, yeah, I would say it's a very perspective changing event for me about the
Okay.
impact of Europe. Yeah.
Which one was the most interesting topic for you and why?
Do you mean the topic of the presentations I attended at the European Week of Regions?
Yes.
Okay. Well, during this time, I was also working on the Ukraine facility, which is a funding instrument proposed by the European Commission to help Ukraine local governments. So I was already in this Ukraine um, local government area. And during this European Week of Regions event, there was this one presentation about, I think it wasn't even about the Ukraine facility, but it was about how Ukraine regions can learn from other European, or how Ukraine cities can learn from other European cities. And
okay.
there were three uh, panel members, one from Finland, one from I think Germany, and one from um, yeah, from one from Ukraine, from Venetia. And it was very interesting to hear about them talking about how to share best practices. But then there was also this one girl, and her name is, I believe, I actually don't remember. But she was like a leader on the Ukraine facility, and it caught me by surprise because I was already researching it. So I was definitely paying a lot of attention at that very moment, and I learned a lot about the Ukraine facility because the information was very limited at the time. So it was very interesting.
Oh, it was really, really, really interesting. So how did it felt to like I wanna more like dig more about your feelings of participating in the first event as as a worker, since you said it was your first internship, your first participation in an event as a, let me say, okay, worker. How did it felt like?
Yes,
Tell me, tell us.
that's it's a funny question. I mean, my feeling walking around in these big institution buildings was I wasn't like on the same level as everyone else there. I felt like I was not as important as all these people because on my name tag it said intern from IrRADIARE and all these other people had the big status titles. So I felt like I was being surrounded by a lot of more important people. But also it was very cool to enter the small parliament buildings, like the small rooms where these presentations were held. And even though I was just an intern and I wasn't really experienced in the field, I did ask a question over the microphone to in one of these presentations, and it shows like on the big screen, and that was like a cool moment as well. It was my
Cute.
mark in Brussels.
Cute, cute, very cute. As you answered to that, I thought about you felt to be at the same level of everyone, which is a lie because I think you're like way more, you are way taller than the average of people, so you are in a higher level of
Ah,
the average people. But yes,
good one.
we have to thank.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly, good one. Thank you very much. So, Chiara, if you, I don't know if you have any further question, but if you don't, we can move to the final part because I think we reached a good amount of time of our podcast.
Okay. What are your consideration, your feedback about this experience with IrRADIARE, and are you satisfied?
Um, what my feedback was from IrRADIARE to this. Um, I believe they were quite pleased. For this event, a lot of people from the CEO of IrRADIARE came over, and I met them for the first time in person, and it was very nice to meet them. They're all very nice. So I think we matched very well, and I think I did mostly everything that they asked of me. So I got only positive feedback from that, which made me very happy. And overall, um, I look back positively on this. I promised myself I would be open-minded and have an open character in these big events because it's like an opportunity to learn a lot. And I think I did the most I could.
Very good. We're proud of being of you being with us.
Nah, come on, guys.
Great, great.
Nah, you're the best.
We conclude this episode of the Interns Insight. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Berk. Thank you, everyone that helped us with the we're recording the podcast, and see you next episode.